Hello, hello, my friends. I am back with another candle review. Today we are going to be talking about Kringle Candle Reserve Lime Splash. Now, this candle was sent to me last summer, so that would be summer of 2023 in PR. However, I only burned this a couple of times because quite honestly, you guys, by the time I received this candle, I was a little bit beyond the mental place where I was wanting to burn fruity scents. If I am correct in this, I feel like I received this last July, maybe. And usually by July, I am full blown into tropical fruity type of fragrances. You guys know if you've been here with me for a while that I'm a pretty seasonal burner. And I typically like to burn citrus scents, a lot of fruity scents, usually in May and early June. So I decided to go ahead and put this into my collection because I did like the fragrance, but I just decided that it was one that I wanted to wait and pull back out at a time when I typically burn fragrances like that. And now that time has come because we're into the month of May. And honestly, you guys, I feel like this is a perfect candle to review right now as we are going into Cinco de Mayo weekend, because if you are cooking up any good Mexican food and you have this in your collection already, you might want to bust it out this weekend. So let's go ahead and talk about this candle. You can see it's that very basic label that Kringle Candle uses for their reserve lineup. I also believe that this may have been around the time that Kringle started transitioning from those full matte black jars to more of, there's still the black jars, but you can see there's a little bit more of a transparency there. You can see the flames going on there. You can see the wax pool. So I do believe that they started doing that last summer. Fragrance notes on this candle, top notes are listed as just fresh, citrus, green, mid notes of lime and aromatic, base notes of musk, oakmoss, woody accord. The pour date of the candle that I am reviewing here is June 16th of 2023. And those are things that you are going to want to keep in mind, particularly towards the end of this review when I tell you about the strength and throw of this candle. All right, so what does my nose smell? You guys, this is very much a lime forward fragrance. You know how they have that as the mid note there. And I would say that that is true. It is a very fresh lime, dare I say almost effervescent, but not quite. There's a little bit of like sparkling type of attribute to this. It's a very, very fresh lime scent. Is it authentic fruity lime, like you just cut into a lime? No, it's not. There's definitely whatever they're using as musk in here. I would say that that lends kind of, I don't want to say a perfumey element to it, but it does take it just makes it a little bit different than like a fresh cut lime type of fragrance to me. Any kind of aromatic, whatever that fragrance note is there or that accord is, I have no idea what that is. But I definitely detect lime in here, maybe a little bit of lemon in the background as that other citrus fragrance that they're listing here. Green, yeah, I guess I could see that. Not really. When I see green, sometimes my mind tends to think a little bit herbaceous. And quite possibly that could be in here. I feel like there might be a little bit of an herbaceous note, but it's not necessarily like something that my nose would instantly recognize as, oh, there's an herbal note going on here. For the most part, you guys, I would say that this is very much a lime, well, as it says, lime splash. It is a very fresh lime fragrance with a little bit of like perfumey soapiness in the background that just kind of separates it from just being a true authentic, like you just cut into a fresh lime fragrance. I do like the fragrance, and I think that it pairs well with a couple of other candles that I currently have in my collection. I will let you know what those are. But this is really nice, you guys, especially for a lot of people. I think, you know, orange is pretty popular. Lemon is pretty popular. Lime can sometimes be, I feel like it's like the redheaded stepchild of the citrus world. I feel like it just doesn't get as much attention as some of its other fragrance counterparts. Even I feel like I see grapefruit used a lot more than lime. Maybe it's because lime can be a polarizing scent, but I am somebody who has always really liked lime fragrances. One of my favorite lime fragrances is actually from Yankee Candle. I think it's their vanilla lime. I really, really enjoyed that one. There is no vanilla note at all in this fragrance. It is just a good old lime. So if you are somebody who likes a fresh lime scent, again, but not just cutting into the fresh fruit, there's something that's a little bit of like a perfumey element to this. It's not a lime gourmand type of fragrance. So it's not like a key lime pie or anything like that. There's no crust or gourmand to it. But if you're somebody who just appreciates lime fragrances, I feel like this is one that you might want to consider. Let's go ahead and talk about the performance of it. So as you saw when I turned the candle around, I am at about, halfway through, I would say, on the burn of this candle. For this burn, I have had it burning for about 2.5 hours now. It is that 100% soy wax formula that Kringle is known for. It's burning very cleanly for me right now. I'm not having any issues with the wicks. Now, of course, I don't touch my wicks. I haven't trimmed them, nothing like that, but they are very sturdy. You can see a good solid flame going on there. I'll go ahead and turn it again for you guys. Good solid flames going on right there. As if it's sooting, I wouldn't be able to tell because of these black jars, but I don't smell any sootiness. So far, so good in terms of the wicks and the wax performance. Let's talk about strength and throw. This candle is pretty strong, you guys. I would give this one in my living room without a hurricane on it. This one is a good solid 7.5, almost 8, I would say. In fact, the longer that I burn it, I feel like it intensifies. So the first hour that I had this lit, I would give it probably around a 7. But I have noticed in like the last hour and a half, and I've also noticed this on previous burns with it, that the longer that I burn it, the stronger it gets. If I put this into a hurricane, it is a good solid 9. Now, if you've been with me for a while, you guys know the specs on my house, but if you're just coming across my channel for the first time, I do always like to disclose my home dimensions and the climate that I live in. That way you guys can understand where I'm coming from, and that can always factor into a candle's performance. So my home is 20 years old. It is an open concept, living area. So I have high ceilings in the living room. It opens up into the kitchen. I have closed concept bedrooms. It is 1,800 square feet. The ceiling height in the living room is about 20 feet, but in the bedrooms, it's about 9 to 10 foot high ceilings, I would say. Trying to think other things that you might need to know. I do live in Arizona, which is a very hot climate right now. Our daytime temperatures outside are mid 80s to around 90 degrees, which means I do have the air conditioning on in my house right now, and the ambient temperature usually inside the home is in the lower 70s. I also am running my ceiling fans, so sometimes that helps, get some fragrance going all around. So those are all things that I feel like factor into a candle's performance. Overall, you guys, I'm really coming around on this one. This was a candle that initially, when I had it sent to me in PR, my husband didn't really like it on cold sniff. And I was kind of like, I like it, but I don't love it. I do think that my thought about it initially was impacted mainly because I was kind of out of that fruit mode. You know what I mean? But now that I am in a month where I typically like to burn citrus fragrances like this, I'm finding myself really, really enjoying it. And the reason that I'm saying that if this one is currently in your collection, to bust it out for this weekend, is because this is a wonderful fragrance to burn if you are making Mexican food. If you're making tacos, you've got fish tacos, you're making fajitas, anything like that. Lime is a common ingredient in a lot of Mexican food. And so I feel like it just kind of enhances a lot of the other fragrances that you have going on in your home that are naturally occurring from cooking. In fact, I'm filming these things a little bit out of order, but I do mention in my candle chat this weekend that my husband was making fish tacos the other day, and this candle actually kind of covered up the fragrances that were going on in the kitchen, and they also complemented kind of that like cilantro and onion blend that he had going on. It was just a really, really nice fragrance that complements Mexican food. But the other candle that I have been pairing this one right now with that I've really been enjoying is the Sweet Geometry, which is another Kringle Candle Reserve fragrance. That one I did purchase on my own, and I should have a review for that candle up within the next 2 weeks for you guys, but that is a really nice pairing. I could also see this pairing really nicely with maybe if you just have like a good like gourmand bakery vanilla type of fragrance, because like I said, I do like that vanilla lime from Yankee Candle, and maybe it could give those kinds of vibes. But overall, you guys, I don't see myself like jumping and repurchasing this candle right away. But I could see myself maybe purchasing another one, for next summer. I don't think I need another one for this summer, but I could see me wanting it again come this time next year. So I guess that would mean that I give this candle 2 thumbs up. I do have a discount code with Kringle Candle as a brand ambassador with them. My discount code with them is Katie15. It will save you 15% on your purchase. That is an affiliate code that is eligible for commission, so only use that if you are comfortable. I will say that these reserve candles usually do not go on sale, so sometimes that discount code is really nice to have for these specialty candles. But I've been surprised, you guys. I've been surprised by how much I have really been enjoying this one over the last couple of days. Like I said, I brought it back out after it's been in my closet for a little bit longer. And that is something that I do want you guys to remember when I gave that ranking for strength and throw, is that this candle has been sitting in my closet for almost a year. So it has had a little bit more curing time. Some people buy into the theory that candles get stronger the longer that they sit, and other people say, I don't really think it affects it. So I'm just putting that out there for all of you guys. Please hit the thumbs up button if you found this video helpful. Let me know in the comment box down below if this is a candle that you currently have in your collection, or it's one that you've had your eye on. I would be curious to know what your thoughts are, or what your experience has been. I always say this, I am a one voice within our candle community. There's a lot of great fellow reviewers on here as well, but oftentimes your comments in the comment section can also help out our community, because you guys all have opinions and thoughts and experiences with candles too. And the more that we hear, the better off we are to, or I would say the more empowered we are in making purchasing decisions. I do want to say thank you very much for spending your time here with me today. Please consider subscribing if you are new to my channel. I like to talk all things candles here on my channel. So if you like candle content, you might want to stick around. I do want to say that until my next one, I hope you all go out and have a very blessed day. Bye.